CNN News.
Me and you ended up talking about propaganda this week. It seemed like we had a theme. But this guy was on 60 Minutes. You know, this fucking asshat.
Benjamin Netanyahu?
That guy. Which, you know, he's going to get all the blame. We talk about blaming the BB and whatnot, but I found this from Caitlin Johnstone. We haven't brought her in a while. But this guy definitely knows the information war is like far more important than, you know, the other bit of his war. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder which he's actually spending more on, you know, like actual munitions versus propaganda. But,
Right.
So in a fawning softball 60 Minutes interview released Sunday, Benjamin Netanyahu, who we should be arresting if he stepped on board like American dirt, you know, like, but what do I know? Stressed the importance of winning the propaganda war on social media. This comes as Israel moves to quadruple its propaganda budget to have $730 million a year. Like $730 million, Care Bear.
And whose money is that? Not theirs.
Fuck if I know, bro. It could be the fucking like Tooth Fairy's money for all we know at this point. They probably fucking got that bitch in their airspace and are holding the Tooth Fairy high. It's the Tooth Fairy's money. I don't know whose fucking money that is anymore. Anyway, dude, holy shit. Major Garrett, which apparently is a real name belonging to a real guy who works for 60 Minutes, told the CBS audience that Netanyahu attributes the reputational harm to Israel almost entirely to social media, which he calls the eighth front of the war. Motherfucker's got 7 fronts of his war already. He needs an 8th. You know? What the fuck, dude? So, you ready for this nonsense? Gonna have to prep your butts.
No.
Fucking...
No.
Like, you got 2 minutes.
No.
2 minutes,
No.
30 seconds of this nonsense.
Well versed in
No.
American politics, the Prime Minister is keenly aware of declining support for Israel. According to a recent Pew survey, 60% of U.S. adults reported having an unfavorable view of Israel, up nearly 20 points in 4 years. One of the big reasons? The war in Gaza, where according to the Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry,
fuck you, first of all. Fucking, we gotta frame this the shittiest way we can.
more than 70,000 people have been killed. That includes civilians as well as Hamas terrorists.
Fuck
Netanyahu
you again.
attributes the reputational harm to Israel almost entirely to social media, which he calls the eighth front of the war.
Because it's this is yours, right? You're not immune either. Because you can penetrate this machine, you can penetrate this little instrument, and you can say about Major Garrett anything you want, and I can paint you as a monster. And if I say it often enough,
He's working at CBS. He already is one. Like,
enough people will believe it.
Do you believe Israel is at risk of losing this war on that social media front? And this is particularly, I believe, important in America for younger Americans, Republican and Democrat, scrolling through images, and they would use words like barbaric in Gaza and in Lebanon.
Israel has gone to unbelievable lengths to get innocent civilians out of harm's way. We text message millions of text messages to them, make millions of phone calls to them, pamphlets, leaflets, you name it, okay? We have seen the deterioration of the...
You wouldn't have to send those texts if you weren't killing them, you bitch!
fucking bitch. Fucking exactly. Like,
support for Israel in the United States almost, I would say it correlates almost 100% with the geometric rise of social media. And that by itself is not what caused it. And I don't believe in, in censoring them or anything, but I'll tell you what happened.
No, he
We
just
have
murders
several
them.
countries that basically manipulated social
How many
media.
journalists? How many journalists Israel murder? What's the count up to? Like too damn high, regardless.
Rent is too damn high.
Too damn high.
Vic,
Like
said you need to play that.
the fucking
Don't lie.
Thank you.
yeah. Like don't
Lie on the public platform.
fucking.
And they do it in a clever way. And that's something that has hurt us badly.
Is it your
Oh,
belief,
has it?
Mr. Prime Minister, that nothing that Israel has done, tactically or strategically, has made no mistakes, either in Gaza or the West Bank, that have, in their own way, contributed to this negative impression of Israel, whether it's on social media or someplace else?
No, of course, look, it's war. And in
No,
war,
it's not.
armies sometimes miss, and
No.
civilians die. And these are mistakes. These are not deliberate things that happen. Israel is besieged
Well,
on
that's
the media front.
someone's
propaganda
guilty.
Tell that to in
front, and we've
Rajab.
not
Tell
done
that
well
to
on
her.
Propaganda war.
Congratulations on being the world's biggest bitch.
Fuck that guy. Holy shit. Like,
This is the guy that cucks Trump.
uh-huh. He did
Like-
say geometric, Vicky Adams. He did say that. I did notice that. Like, holy shit. This is yours, right? Asked Netanyahu, picking up Garrett's phone. You're not immune either because you can penetrate this machine. First of all, Israelis' fucking obsession with penetration is we're gonna have to deal with this problem. All right, like there's been too many accusations at this point. Y'all got to stop with the penetration. We just got to quit that. Fucking ridiculous. Like you can penetrate this machine, you can penetrate this little instrument, and you can say anything you want. Fucking stop saying penetrate. You can. Like, and I can paint you as a monster, and if I say it often enough, people will believe it. Care Bear, have we not heard
Phrasing.
that quote before? Have we not? Yes, but also, if you say a lie often enough, people will believe it.
It's-
Who the fuck?
Yeah.
Who's the quote? Who's the quote? Who is that? Who is he quoting?
Isn't that? Well, I know Trump has said it.
No, I think it's like a fucking Nazi. I think it's like one of the Nazis.
Yeah. Well,
Someone in
either
chat
way,
let me
like,
know.
all the same.
Like fucking
So-
Goebbels or some shit. Like straight up. He's actively being like, yeah, that's you repeat it often enough. You're doing the Nazi thing. You're doing that. You're doing it. Like we have seen the deterioration of the support for Israel in the United States almost, I would say it correlates almost 100% with the geometric rise of social media. That's what that man said. Like adding, we have several countries that basically manipulated social media and they do it in a clever way. And that's something that has hurt us badly. And the minute Israel figures out Lego videos, they're going to do that too. Like, you know, Israel's besieged on the media front, on the propaganda front, and we've not done well on the propaganda war. Maybe because you can't propagandize your way out of a fucking genocide, bro. People figure that shit out. Like, you know, stressing... Netanyahu has been repeatedly stressing the need for more aggressive propaganda manipulation as public opinion of Israel plummets worldwide. Earlier this year, he told The Economist that I'd like to do everything I can to fight the propaganda war waged against us, complaining that we've been using cavalry against F-35s because they've flooded the social networks with the fake bots and the many other things. Every accusation is a motherfucking confession with these people. Every motherfucking one. Every time. You could just fucking, you could play bingo with it. Like, if I made you drink every time Israel made a confession that was really a fucking as an accusation, our livers would be fucked. Despite having the entire Western political media class bending over backwards or the other way to protect Israel's image, Netanyahu consistently frames his country's struggle for narrative control as a brave little David figure standing above the colossal Goliath of anti-Zionist social media users. God, they really rely on that David and Goliath story a lot, bro. They try so hard with that. Like, last year, the Israeli leader claimed that Israel was losing the propaganda war because there are vast forces against us, denouncing the algorithms of the social networks that are driving a lot of everything else. Maybe it's because it's what people engage with. And again, like, this whole thing is like accusation and confession and all that shit. But this shit.
So something I would like to raise, which was actually my first published paper, was how you and the Likud party are cut from the same ideological cloth as Trump and the GOP in America. And so specifically with Charlie Kirk's assassination, who was a big mentor of mine, he's my first mentor in the space, evangelicals, from all my research, evangelicals are the reason that Israel has been supported in public sphere outside of just Jews. So with...
I love the little things they let slip, you know? Like, oh, the evangelicals are a big part of your Israel support. You know, they just let little things, you know, slip through the cracks. Like
assassination, and with the kind of trajectory that we see with like Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, I guess I'm curious about what's another game plan if we lose evangelical support for the state of Israel. What's our backup plan to be strong, like outside of the diaspora?
Christian influencers. Okay, you said you talked about the woke right, and you said I call it the woke Reich. That's a brilliant observation. The woke right, because these people.
He was the one using Nazi quotes a second ago. Just wanted to make sure, right? Okay.
No, they're not any different from the woke left. I mean, they're insane. They're movies. But they're actually meeting on some of the things. And what we have to do is we have to secure that part of the base of our support in the United States. That is being challenged systematically. A lot of this is done with money. Money of NGOs, vast. Money of governments, vaster. Okay? We have to fight back. How do we fight back? Our influencers. I think you should also talk to them if you have a chance. To that community. They're very important. And secondly, we're going to have to use the tools of battle. You know,
missiles and
weapons
guns
change over time. You can't fight today with swords. That doesn't work very well. Okay? And you can't fight with cavalry. That doesn't work very well. And you have these new things, you know, like drones, things like that. I won't get into that. But we have to fight with the weapons that apply to the battlefields in which we're engaged. And the most important ones are the social media. And the most important purchase that is going on right now is TikTok. TikTok, number one. And I hope it goes through because it can be consequential. And the other one, what's the other one that's most important? X. Exactly. Very good. And, you know, so we have to talk to Elon. He's not an enemy. He's a friend. We should talk to him. Now, if we can get those two things, we get a lot. And I could go on other things, but that's not the point right now. We have to fight the fight, okay? To give direction to the Jewish people and give direction to our non-Jewish friends.
You again.
Wonder why does he have on Musk? He has to have something on Musk.
He just said he lets the shit slip. Elon's not an enemy. He's a friend.
That's why I'm asking.
He's
does he
good.
have on?
He's got plenty. He doesn't even need to have. It's already fucking Elon already was fucking in. He was already on board.
What skeletons does Netanyahu have on Elon that Elon himself now granted, Elon
like
has his own problems.
like they
given
have the same
takes,
goals.
but like,
It's like they're good. He doesn't even need the skeletons anymore. They're on the same team. You know? He's like fucking he's my buddy, he's my pal. He's a friend, you know? Like
yeah, in the same way that he can call his friend. And
yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly the same way,
So,
in fact.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
In a meeting with American
he's only a
social
friend in terms of what he can get.
Yes.
And if he doesn't get it, then you know.
Yep. So, Prime Minister spoke of how vital the forced sale of TikTok has been for Israeli information interests, and said that Elon Musk could help facilitate Israeli PR on the X platform as well. Twitter. We just call it Twitter, guys. Still Twitter. Everyone knows what you mean. We have to fight back. How do we fight back? Our influencers, Netanyahu said, we had to fight back with weapons that applied to the battlefields which were engaged. And the most important ones are social media, which is partly why I've been begging people to stop engaging with Israeli bots of any kind. Like, and the influencers and mouthpieces and the intelligentsia that is attached to them. Fuck. Like, very easy. Keep them out of your eyeballs. That's how they're winning. Like, of course, the possibility of Israel improving its public image by simply murdering fewer people and doing fewer evil things is never even considered. It is taken as a given that showing pro-Israeli messaging down everyone's throats is the only way to sway public opinion in a positive direction. It is under this framing that Israel has again massively increased its propaganda budget for the year, after having massively increased it from what it was the year before. The Jerusalem Post reports the following. Israel is betting nearly $750 million that it can talk its way out of a reputation crisis. Lawmakers in Jerusalem approved a 2026 national budget last month that includes roughly $730 million for public diplomacy, the broad category known in Hebrew as Hasbara. More than 4 times the $150 million they allocated the year before. That earlier sum was itself about 20 times what Israel spent on such efforts before the war in Gaza broke out in 2023. We're just, this is tip of the iceberg, what we've seen so far as propaganda is concerned. They're now spending major money on this. So, like, I don't think people can conceptualize that number very well. You know what I mean? Like, that's almost $1 billion. You know? Chump change for some of these elite motherfuckers, but still. Like, 20 times more is what it's going to be. That's what they're alleging, right? The unprecedented expenditure comes as survey after survey shows declining support for Israel in the United States, its more important ally. A Pew Research Center poll released earlier this month found 60% of Americans now view Israel unfavorably, up 7 points in a single year, with only 37% viewing it favorably. So, Caitlin Johnstone, if you saw a guy spending $730 million on media operations to manipulate people into thinking he's not an asshole, what could you reasonably conclude about that guy's personality? That he's an asshole, I think, is what I would gather.
Right.
So, you know, you're already seeing an insane amount of pro-Israel propaganda and running into aggressive Zionist trolls online. You can expect that to get a whole lot worse. Narrative manipulation has served Israel well over the years, but there's a limit to how much propaganda can accomplish. If I walked up to you and spat in your face, there's no amount of verbiage I could throw at you to convince you I'm actually a nice person. There's only so much carnage people can watch on their phones before you can no longer convince them it's not what it looks like. So, propaganda has already hit a point of diminishing returns, and soon it's going to start having a reverse effect. People are going to start hating Israel for all the evil things it's been doing, and then hating it even more for all its in-your-face perception management operations to manipulate their thoughts and feelings. At some point, the Hasbara are themselves going to inadvertently become anti-Zionist propaganda agents just because they make Israel look so creepy with the way they're always trying to stick their rapey fingers in everyone's mind. The truth can only be concealed and distorted for so long. So, closing thoughts, Care Bear.
I think that's the issue that I have, like, with a lot of these Zionists. Is like you see it and they're like, no, you didn't. No, I saw this thing with my 2 eyeballs. No, you didn't.
Right.
Like, it's a perpetual gaslighting to make you look stupid, to try to make you look stupid. And it's like, no, you're the one who's looking stupid because you're getting paid to be stupid. So that's kind of like where that evil is coming in. Didn't want to necessarily say this, but it relates. Like, I can expect this bullshit from Netanyahu. Like,
yeah,
he's made it crystal clear. But like, I know, like, on Breaking Points, Crystal Ball and Ryan Grimm interviewed Jeremy Ben Ami, who is the president of J Street.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I shouldn't have, but I did watch it because we've talked about Jeremy before on the show, and basically he got in his feelings when people called Gaza genocide. So I was curious to see like what he was saying, but man, like, he was my inspiration of why I played the MLK clip in part earlier tonight, because his take on Israel and like his protection of it was way worse in my mind, because he was trying to both sides the issue in terms of, oh, I get what the Palestinians are going through, but we're still going to take over your shit.
Yep.
Like, and
how much
so
of
it's
that
just kind of
730 million do you think he got paid, and Crystal and Kyle? Like, you know.
Well, I mean, the idea that they did this interview, you knew, like, they do this quite frequently. It's mostly for the clicks and the views
Checks
and
went
the
out.
attention.
Checks went out, dog.
So,
checks just went out. That's what I'm saying. Checks done went out. They're in the mail. Like,
right.
You know, in both of our stories tonight, you know, it's like the money made it there. Expect the propaganda to show up. You know, a lot of pigeons are coming into roofs.
It's like, but again, we kind of say this on the show. Why are you promoting these people? Like for the discourse? Like, no, like,
yep,
they're evil. Like, why are you even attempting to collab? Like, again, 60 Minutes, CBS, they're done. Like, you know, but you, as allegedly an independent news show, you know, you're having this, you know, liberal, that in of itself is an oxymoron to me at this point. It's like saying, like, you're a liberal apartheid. You know, like, it makes no sense to me whatsoever to call yourself a liberal Zionist. Like, because the idea of liberal is that you allegedly support human rights. Like, if you know what Israelis are allegedly, like, if you support human rights, then you should be against what Israel is doing. But somehow they get themselves in a pretzel to try and justify. They tried to make the separation of, like, oh, it's just due to Bibi. Like, if he wasn't in power, things would be a lot better. No, bitch. Like, they just don't like, Israelis just don't like his corruption. They support full-heartedly what he's doing in Gaza. Overwhelmingly so. And considering that Bibi is considered a moderate Like, there are people in his cabinet that would do way worse than what he's ever done. Scary to think. But yeah, it's just sad that, and it's not just the influences too, it's just regular schmegular people who are trying to just, especially like given, Kamala and the shit that they were going through just in the previous presidential election, that people are trying to justify, oh, we need to vote for Kamala, even though she didn't say anything, like she wasn't saying anything to stop the genocide, to stop sending the weapons. To me, that gaslighting is way worse to me, because it's like you're talking about a moral stance here. Like, if you would not allow that to happen in this country with our tax dollars. Again, allegedly. Why in the fuck would you allow that to happen in a foreign nation? Like, in our name, in terms of our money, to slaughter innocents. Like, but because the boogeyman being Trump would be worse off, we had to vote for, like, the diet version of that. Like,
you can do this
to
circle
me,
joke
it's
forever.
just, yeah, like, I'm sorry, I cannot bring myself to do that. I know people in our audience could not stand to do that either, but it's just like, but this is the kind of bullshit that we go through, like, on a moral, human level. Like, it's disgusting to me.
Yep. Tale as old as time, dude. Continues to be insufferable.
Yeah.
So, but talking about these stories instead of focusing on those idiots, or why YouTube keeps us shadow banned to hell. So if you would like to tell YouTube to not take 30% of your money, you can go to code-free.com/Indie News Network, scan that QR code on your screen. That way they don't do that. Bad. Don't let them do that. And if you don't want to give us, a little bit of monies, you can just like and subscribe. Maybe hit a share button or two. Maybe leave a comment or 4. I don't know. Help us to get to 3K. We're like, what, 25 away, you said? So,
yeah.
That should be easy. We should have that by tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for watching.